He's one of my favorite stand-up comedians of all time. Bless you.
It went away. It went away.
We need Marco for the booth. Why? Everyone's obsessed with him. You get him, everyone else will just fall in line.
We were wondering if you'd be one of our kissers this year.
No.
Don't you believe in charity?
Standing here talking to you.
Okay, if this was a traditional junket, guys, and we would be together, I'd force you to do some kind of dance move or something. Did you learn a lot of dance moves, and were you tired from them?
Oh my goodness. So the dancing in the second movie is kind of like everything else with the second movie. It is bigger, it is better, it is more bold. We rehearsed for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours.
And weeks and weeks and weeks.
And then weeks and weeks and weeks. I learned quite a bit of dancing, and it's always just so much fun. Spending time with Joey is just amazing. She makes everything more fun. And so it's been really, it was always a pleasure. Like if I was struggling with a dance move, she always would like give me a confidence booster and, make the day a little easier. So
Dude, I miss you so much. What the heck?
I don't miss you.
Did you guys create a backstory for your friendship? Because your friendship was so real, you could tell that you guys like chilling together. Did you create a storyline on the first one that you were like, okay, we're friends in this way?
I mean, we kind of, very, very thankful that our story, we didn't necessarily need to think up a crazy backstory for our characters. It was pretty much laid all out for us in the opening montage. We were like, but I think through rehearsals on the very first movie and just through spending time together in a foreign country with each other, we created such a strong friendship that felt like we had been friends for our whole lives. And so when we started filming, our chemistry was just already, we were just so connected. I mean, Joel and I feel like he's the brother I never had. And so I felt so good to just step into such fun roles with somebody that you just have great chemistry with, and that you can just bounce ideas off of, because Joel is so talented and so collaborative. So each step of the way, it was just fun to be like, what if we tried this? And just to be met with such a collaborative soundboard, it was the greatest thing in the world.
So Joey, I want to know how your character, what she had to learn. I feel like she had to learn trust. So could you kind of talk about that?
Yes, Elle definitely had to learn a lot of trust. I think that every young girl kind of goes through with her first serious relationship, and maybe not at all. But personally, I think
you're right.
But yeah, personally, I did. I think every young girl in their first serious relationship, they kind of go through oh, what is this burning inside my stomach? Oh, that's what jealousy is. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't like what it brings out in me. And so finding that trust within your partner, and maybe it's just being with the right person that brings out the side of you that you like best, is something that I think is just, it's hard to navigate, but with experience in relationships and with helpful advice from friends and family in your life, jealousy is something that I think you can overcome and get through and become a lot more trusting of a person, regardless of the baggage you may carry from past relationships. Even you can always grow and change and unlearn things.
And Joel, I don't know if you could talk about it, but our audience is kind of interested in the Jesus Revolution. Can you say anything about that or no?
Yeah, absolutely. So times are interesting. We're a little postponed, as are most things with Hollywood as of right now. But yeah, we're moving forward. Jim Gaffigan is going to be one of the lead characters across from me. When I'm so excited to work with him. He's one of my favorite stand-up comedians of all time. Bless you.
It went away. It went away.
I'm so excited to work with him. It's going to be such an honor and just a great time to work in such a fun story with counterculture and learning about life and decisions and personality and faith. So I'm very excited.
Proud of you.
Thank you.
I love it. Okay, and to go back to this movie, I felt like there was a really good point about communication. And Joey, it was said to your character, you need to listen also when you're communicating? Can either of you talk about that?
I actually just saw something really interesting. If you take a picture of an ear and then you like mirror image it, it creates a heart. And I think listening is one of the easiest ways of loving people. If you can listen to someone and not listen jealously for like your own, like, okay, so I'm going to listen so that I can answer, but like actually listen and take in what they're saying. I think that is one of the most respectful, kind, and loving things that you can do.
Joel,
I
that's
love that.
amazing. I love that. You got such a way with words.
You need to be a motivational speaker too, on the side of an actor. All right, well, thank you guys so much. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you, Evie.
I'm sorry I went out and left my phone at home.
Who'd you go with?
Just some of the guys.
Oh, I'm asking you to trust me.
If I found someone smart, funny, and like the same stuff I like, I'd hold on to them.
So this is really cute. I do want to know if you guys had to learn, Maisie, you probably didn't have to, but some new dance moves that you didn't know.
Yes. Wait, we did a promo and Maisie had to dance and she learned some moves.
I tried so hard. I was like, listen, this is my one shot. I've got to make this work. And they didn't even use it. I was so sad.
But you look good.
I proved to everyone on the crew that I could if I had to. Yeah. That was what was important.
That's true.
It's a good workout. Was it a workout for you, Taylor?
Oh yeah, it was nonstop. I probably brought 3 pairs of shoes with me, while we were shooting, just so like every week I would just like switch them out, like put them on rotation, because we were dancing for like 6 hours a day plus guitar rehearsals and performing stuff. So it was intense. I was exhausted.
So was it fun for you guys to be a part of this series? I mean, we don't want to give away anything, but it was kind of open-ended, so it could have another.
I mean, that'd be amazing. It was just that we had the best time. We were in Cape Town for most of the shoot. We felt madly in love with each other. Like, we have such a good bond as a group. So, I mean, it'd be amazing. It'd be such a joy every time I spend any time with these guys.
Yeah, I think the cast mates will be in our lives for a long time. Everyone's very genuine and loving. And I'm just so grateful to have these people, to be working with these people, for a few months. It was a dream.
Now, for either of you, was this experience anything like your high school experience? Because the high school and the movie looks amazing. Like, I want to be a part of that high school.
Yeah, we actually shot at the University of Cape Town. So it's a beautiful old university that is like, I mean, the ideal high school, right? For any kid in the United States, or anywhere for that matter.
I've been to Cape Town. Cape Town is cool. It's really cool.
Super cool. England is the total opposite high school wise. Like, we do not have that same culture. It's just so different. So it was fun for me to finally sort of even though I wasn't in the high school scenes, I still got to come and watch them and be a part of that. And it's just a really fun world to sort of dive into.
You were basically a high schooler with us sometimes.
Basically, I was just like the beg on the sidelines, like, hey, can I come play?
But yeah, definitely the dynamic, like the OMG dynamic. Yes, it's heightened, but there were the mean girls in high school, and there was the jock that graduated, and like he was the guy that was going places, and it resonated a lot with me.
And how do you feel like your character had to, like, what did they have to learn in this situation?
Yeah, I feel like Marco really had to strengthen his integrity and his respect, because, she is dating another guy. She's having a long distance relationship. He's aware of that, and he's trying to have as much respect as possible. But, he is developing feelings for Elle, and it's unfair for him to not express them, but he needs to have, a little self-control. And I think he learns to have self-control throughout the movie, because, he wants to be respectful and would rather have Elle as a friend than nothing in his life.
That's good. Yeah, I think Chloe needs to learn to brush up on her communication skills, because there are a few things that happen which could have been avoided if she had been upfront straight away. And I think that's something which, it's the same thing with all of the dynamics in this whole film, is it all comes down to communication issues and just how important that is to be honest and open and truthful with your partner, rather than trying to figure things out for yourself, because it's always going to end badly.
Yeah, you're right. There was the motherly figure that said, "Oh, you need to listen." I don't know if you remember that scene where she goes, "Oh, you need to listen too," because that's how communication happens, is just sitting and listening and communicating. So
Definitely.
Totally.
Something or someone changes and makes me question everything.